Hey there, everybody. I'm King 5 meteorologist Leah Pezzetti. Happy end of your weekend. I hope you had a nice one. We definitely are ending the weekend on a really pleasant note. Sun came out a little bit. We are seeing some clouds moving in this evening, though. And that is a sign of the changing times. So as we take a look into our Sunday night, heading into early Monday morning, we are going to watch clouds rebuild overnight. That is thanks to a very weak disturbance that's moving in. That isn't going to do too much for us. In fact, even with more clouds, we are still going to see warming temperatures. Today, Sunday, we only hit 62 degrees at SeaTac. Normal for this time of the year is 67 degrees. So we were cooler than normal, but we are going to warm things back up to normal the next couple of days and eventually get to above average conditions. Not quite at record breaking, thankfully. Today's record, believe it or not, 90 degrees back in 2008. So we are officially at the time of the year when 90s are possible. Unlikely, but possible. Thankfully, though, we are not at that threshold. We do not want to see 90s this early in the year, or even really at the end of the year. That is exceptionally above average, even at the warmest points of the year. As we take a look forward, we are going to see some clouds coming and going, but really no big swings heading our way this upcoming week. Overall, it's fairly mild. I want to talk about daylight because we are approaching the summer solstice, still a little more than a month away from that. That, of course, is the day we have the most daylight, 16 hours of daylight to be exact. As of Sunday, we saw a 8:42 sunset, and with that 5:30 a.m. sunrise, that does bring us about 15 and a quarter as far as daylight is concerned. So we still have a little more than 45 minutes to gain of daylight. We'll do that slowly over the next little more than a month, but we're definitely trending in that longer direction, which more daylight means we have more time to warm our atmosphere. And so, yes, our daily averages are quickly climbing. In fact, Sunday's daily averages, look at that, 67 degrees for both SeaTac and Olympia, and Bellingham's average is 64 degrees this time of the year. So we were below average, but we can see those temperatures are definitely warming, and that will be the trend as we move forward, as temperatures will be able to warm up a little bit more. The more daylight you have, the more our atmosphere warms. So moving forward, we are going to stay around average for the next couple of days, and then we'll actually warm to above average threshold for the second half of this work week. So starting Wednesday, we'll start that warm up. Well, actually, technically tomorrow we'll start the warm up because it was cool today. But for tomorrow, we're waking up to clouds in the morning. We will get some afternoon sunshine. Temperatures warming into those 60s into the afternoon. So right on track with normal for this time of the year. Let's walk you through our highs for Monday. It is going to be a lovely day. Makes Mondays easier when they're nice like this. As we take a look at the San Juans, we're looking at temperatures into the low 60s, right around 60 degrees. Western parts of Skagit and Whatcom County in the low 60s into the mid 60s for some spots as you push inland. Same thing for Island County, right around 60 degrees, a little bit cooler, low to mid 60s for a majority of Snohomish County. Kitsap and King counties also in those mid 60s with a few upper 60s, especially down around South King County and as you head inland away from Puget Sound waterways. Then we head down to Pierce and Thurston counties, upper 60s expected. We could sneak in a few low 70s, but most of the region will stay out of the 70s on Monday. Down I-5, there's a shot at close to 70 degrees, but it looks like we'll stay in those upper 60s. And then over along the coast, South Coast, looking at upper 50s, heading up to the North Coast, also upper 50s. Through the Strait of Juan de Fuca, we're looking at upper 50s, a tiny bit warmer around Hood Canal into those mid 60s for your Monday. We do have the potential for some very minor thunderstorms over in eastern Washington. So our higher elevations, our mountains could see some thunderstorms. If you look off to the east tomorrow, you may see some of those big towering cumulonimbus clouds. Those are the ones that almost looks like an atomic bomb goes off over the mountains. You see that that high lift there in the atmosphere. So we could definitely see some of that over our mountains on Monday afternoon. I don't expect any of it to sneak into western Washington. We'll keep most of the shower activity in eastern Washington, but we can see that from the mountains as we look to the east if you're in Puget Sound or western Washington. So we have clear skies on Sunday, but we have a very weak disturbance that's trying to move in overnight Sunday night into Monday. So that will build those clouds by Monday morning. It falls apart though. It's very weak. So if we see any sprinkles, they will be very light in nature, but most of us really will just see those clouds on Monday morning, and that's about it. Getting you into Monday afternoon, western Washington sees clearing. A few isolated, very, very brief light showers are possible, but we will keep most of that shower activity over our higher elevations and then off into the eastern parts of the state. That's where we have that potential for some of those thunderstorms. So we could definitely see some lightning strikes over in eastern Washington. Then we get you into Tuesday morning. We are going to once again see clouds rebuilding overnight. So into Tuesday morning, we'll start with gray skies. We'll get a little bit of clearing into Tuesday evening, but we'll still hold on to some clouds, so it won't be crystal clear blue sky, just some sun breaks mixed in. By Wednesday, though, that's the day that we will welcome back better clearing, better sunshine. No rain, though, in the forecast for really the foreseeable future. We're hinting at some indications for some light rain by 1 week from now, but a majority of this upcoming week should stay dry. Don't love to see that. We need some rain this time of the year. We want to keep things damp. We don't want summer to start too early. We pay the price in the long run, of course. But the end of this week did pay off a little bit. We got a tiny bit of rain. So Bellingham now is at about 1.33 inches for the month. This is the month of May. Normal is a little less than that. So we're actually above average for Bellingham. Bellingham's doing okay. SeaTac, though, should see about 1 inch of rain by now. We've only seen about half, so yep, do the math, about a 1/2 inch of deficit. And then same thing for Olympia, about 1 1/3 inch of rain. We're close to that. We're not that far behind. So Olympia is only about 14/100ths off from normal. So we're making progress. That rain at the end of the week definitely helped, but I'd love to see a little more rain. Unfortunately, though, measurable rain is not looking likely the next couple of days. We see those temperatures warming to those seasonal upper 60s Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday is when we will sit right around 70 degrees, and then we'll be into the 70s Thursday, Friday, into Saturday. As we head into Sunday and early next week, we're starting to see some indication of maybe some showers, but at this point it looks like it will hold off for the 7-day forecast. Of course, we will keep an eye on that and keep you updated if anything changes, because it can. But heading into Memorial Day weekend, yep, this is Memorial Day weekend next weekend. It looks like things should be pretty nice out there, so you can definitely start making those outdoor plans, at least for the first half of the holiday weekend. But be sure to stay with the King 5 weather team as we continue to bring you the very latest on your forecast. Have a great week, everybody.